I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And you're in Canada. Tell me why you're there.
Well, I'm in Canada because I'm born and raised and live in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Ah,
Yes. So I'm Canadian through and through.
I wanted to ask you if you could take me back in time and tell me how the band became a reality.
How the band became a reality. Well, it had started with Isaac Kent, who's our guitarist. He had started the project years ago, way back in like 2008,
Oh,
2009
wow.
kind of time frame. And the band went through like a few iterations at the time. There was a point where like the the old band had broken up and then Isaac's house had burned down. So
Oh, shit.
at that moment, he decided he wanted to get the band back together again or start fresh with a new lineup. And I ended up joining in 2019. And here
Wow.
I am now with the band.
And Boneyard has just been released. I wanted to ask you, I saw in reading that you are working on three albums at the same time. Is this true?
Yes, yes. So Boneyard that we released a studio version of it way back in like 2021, I believe. So it was a while ago. And then we just released a live recording of it, which was
Mm,
recorded 2 years ago on our last tour. So we have a little bit of like a mini live EP, I guess, that we're currently releasing one at a time. And then we have three albums coming up, so we went a little ambitious with that. One of them is completely all new material, so it's hasn't been heard before in a recorded sense, so all new stuff. Another one is another live record, again a lot of stuff recorded during previous tours. And then the third one is a acoustic album, kind of folk
wow.
album, which is has a bunch of reimagining of our tunes that we have released before as well. Because in the east coast of Canada, where we're from, um, you know, there's a lot of like folk and traditional music that's very popular, but also
Okay.
we grew up with as well. So we kind of wanted to add that as well and branch out a little bit.
Well, that makes you the busiest artist I've known. I've never met anyone working on three albums at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, it was an idea that came to us and we said, "You know what? Let's do it. We have three different ideas. Let's do them all at once." So, we're going to be doing a waterfall release with them. So, they will start coming out in the fall. And the way we're going to do it is we will release like one of the new songs, Unheard, um, then release like a live song, I think, and then an acoustic song, and
Wow.
then again repeat with a new one, a live one, and an acoustic one. And it's just going to keep going like that. So, because we live in a world where, unfortunately, album releases aren't as big of a thing. It's usually about the singles. So, we are releasing the albums, but we're also releasing them completely as singles as well. So,
Wow.
lots of content coming.
I wanted to ask you, you had a big hit with Wicked Way. I wanted to ask you, well, upon listening to the song, I loved it from top to bottom. I wanted to ask you, when you guys laid down that track, did it
Mm-hmm.
stand out to you and you thought inside that this was going to take off like it did?
When I first heard it, because Isaac had written the tune and then he brought it to us. And once we, as a band, put the whole thing together, I think we all had a lot of fun with it. And that's why we ended up, the original release of that wasn't on an album or an EP. We just released it solely as a
Mhm.
single because we felt like, we got to get this out there. It's a really cool tune. It's high energy all the way through. It's got like a little breakdown section where the guitar, the bass, and the keys are all playing the same line together, and it's really fun to play live as well. So we had fun recording that one, releasing it, and we still have fun playing it live.
And speaking of playing live, are there live
Mm-hmm.
dates up in your future?
Right now, our next one is in London, Ontario on July 3rd. And that's going to be at like Eastside Bar and Grill. And so, but we're also looking to fill up our time in between now and then because we are currently in Ontario. We just did a show in Guelph the other night. So we're actually still in Guelph, Ontario right now. We're currently in a Walmart parking lot in the RV.
No.
But we're also going to be going down back to Toronto um, and doing some busking there as well because there's a lot of people around with the World Cup and whatnot. So we want to make the
Yes,
most of that. Try to get some gas money because, that's always good.
sure.
Yeah, we want to fill up our time. We did have some other dates scheduled in the meantime, but unfortunately, some things fell through, like with like previous bands and like promoters and stuff. So those ones did get canceled, but we're still trying to make the most of it and then fill up some time and then do our date on July 3rd and then head back home to the East Coast.
And speaking of performing live, I haven't had a chance to see you live. I wanted to ask you if you could tell me what I could expect when I see you live.
A lot of energy. We put a lot of time, care, and hard work into our live shows. We love performing live. There's no rush like being on stage. It's an incredible feeling. And even if we're playing to like an almost empty room or thousands of people, like we love to keep our energy up and keep putting on a good show, even if it's just for a few people. We put a lot of pride. We have a lot of pride in what we do, and we like to play live, and we like to keep it good. We work really, really hard.
And and speaking of your being in Canada and from Canada, I wanted to ask you, Russ has come back and returned to do a 50-something tour. Was Russ
Mm,
of any influence to you growing up in your area?
absolutely. We actually, as a band, released a cover of Tom Sawyer by
Yes.
Rush, which can be found. We don't have a physical copy of it out unless you want to order it off of. We have a online. If you go on our website dalivangomusic.com, you can find a link to get a actual record and that we have
Wow.
released on vinyl. And some of one side of it is our last EP, and then the other side is some covers that we have recorded. So Tom Sawyer's on that one. Rush has always been like in my life. My dad listened to them. I went and saw them the last time they were in Halifax in 2013, I think it was. And that was a big deal because they hadn't been to Halifax since the 80s. So they ended up doing two sold out shows. And when I say sold out, they sold out in minutes. Like people were just trying to get those tickets. That show was amazing. And especially for me as like a keys player, I play
Sure.
keyboard, guitar, all that stuff. Seeing Getty take his bass, flip it on his back, and then
Yeah.
just start playing the keys was just like amazing to watch live, and it's amazing to hear as well on their recorded stuff. So yeah, we love Rush. We're big fans of them.
And showing my age, the first time I seen him was the Signals tour.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw them, it was Clockwork Angel, and I
Okay.
have a T-shirt from the tour, and you can hardly tell what tour it's from because it's so faded. I've worn it so much, and I still try to wear it, but now it's kind of become a pajama shirt because it's just got holes and it's all faded. But it was a good show, and I'm so glad I got to see them.
I wanted to ask you as well if you could take me back in time and tell me about your journey as an artist. At what age did you begin?
I began studying music at the age of 5. So I started with classical piano, and I was working on the Royal Conservatory of Music, fun stuff. Well, not as fun all the time because it's a lot of work, a lot of technical stuff. And then when I was about 15, I said to my mom, I want to try voice lessons as well. And then she was like, oh, okay, fine. And then so I added voice lessons onto that as well. And then I ended up concentrating on vocals. When I got to high school, I got into musical theater
Mm,
as well, which was really fun. And then my musical theater director slash band teacher, she did both. She encouraged me to do music post secondary. And I didn't think that was something I could do. I didn't know if I was a strong enough vocalist or anything because I didn't really want to just study piano because I knew it was just going to be more classical.
Sure.
And no, audition, try that. So I ended up auditioning for NSCC, Nova Scotia Community College's music arts program, and I got in and I did that program as well. So I got to extend further studies, learn a little bit more, learn more jazz stuff in that program as well. And yeah, and now I'm a music teacher myself. I teach
Huh.
vocals and piano to younger students, and it's really exciting, especially when you get those students who are just so passionate and they already know already this is what they want to do, even though they're only like 10, 11 years old,
Sure.
and they're like, no, I want to do this. I want to perform for like a living. And it's so exciting to, as someone who grew up studying music, to be able to give back and do that for other kids is it's really, really nice.
And then going back to live experience, do you have a set routine that you go through before you come out on stage?
I do. I sure do. I always try to keep hydrated, and I'm trying to keep hydrated even on my off days because that's important. Example there. Um, and for me, and something I've taught my students as well, vocal warm ups are very, very important. If you want to keep that strength in your voice, make it easier when you're performing live, because I have performed a couple times without having a chance to do a warm up, and it
Mhm.
feels very different. So that is the biggest part of my routine is doing my vocal warm up, making sure everything is hydrated, ready, stretched out, and then I can hit the stage with more confidence.
And along the musical journey that we spoke of, I wanted to ask you, what has been the best advice that you've been given along your journey?
Best advice I've been. I think some of the best advice I've been given, sorry, honestly, has been from my bandmate Isaac, who, he's been working really, really hard on this for a while, and his advice to me is to, he's always encouraging me to be more confident.
Hmm.
Because I have social anxiety. I can be very, very awkward, and he's always trying to help me get out of that. And he's a very good motivator. And he's given me lots of advice. Even though he's not a vocalist, he's helped me as a vocalist somehow, by being like, no, what you did actually sounded good. So keep doing something like that.
Sure.
And he's somehow given me tips, tricks in the studio as well. So I'd have to say some of the best advice has come from him, my bandmate. So yeah.
That's great. And we spoke of these three albums you're doing, which is absolutely insane. I wanted to ask you, when they are released, what is going to be the best way to get a hold of these albums?
The best way to get a hold of these albums. We will be doing CDs as well through our label Wormhole Death, which is actually based out of Italy. And we're hoping to get some more vinyl as well, which might just be like pre-order only. Um, and of course we'll be having everything online, so Spotify, YouTube Music, Facebook, Apple Music, anywhere you find or stream music, that's where we will release it as well. So yeah, anyone internationally can have a listen.
And then getting back to going on the road, is there a chance that this year or next that you'll come to the States?
We would love to. It was something that was in our plans. Unfortunately, the visas are really, really expensive right now. So we're just kind of waiting a little bit, hoping that'll go down, and then we'd be able to get over the border, because that is, one of the next steps is, tour the US and also go to Europe. Europe was in the works for us, but unfortunately the war broke out between Ukraine and Russia, and
Sure.
for insurance purposes, our label was like, sorry guys, maybe in a few years. So we're still kind of waiting on some stuff. So we're continuing to really tour Canada right now. But again, we're doing a lot of recording of our live stuff. We've been taking lots of videos as well. So for people who aren't in our country, they'll be able to hear and see that soon enough.
Great.
So yeah.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
To the fans,
To your fans, yes.
to the, I would tell them I love them. They, I really appreciate any and all support that we're given. It truly means the world, because we're just a group of misfits, honestly, who are music nerds and then nerds in other senses as well. And it's really great when people can come together and join us
Sure.
and just have a good time with us. You know, we have some people who are like extremely supportive and they give a lot to us and we try to give them a lot as well. So we love them. Thank you. And stay tuned because we have a lot of stuff coming. A lot.
You do. And even though I teased you about it and going through the stuff you have released, I'm excited for what lies ahead for you. You guys are doing amazing stuff.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for taking time to speak with me.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been great. I'm always happy to meet new people and have a conversation and talk about what we're doing. You know,
Absolutely. Please keep in touch. Let me know what lies ahead for you.
I will. I will for sure. Thank you.
You take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks. You too. And I hopefully the rain stops and you get better weather.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks.